Hi everyone, my name is HudatQueen94. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a huge New Orleans Saints fan, as well as being a huge fan of the NFL. And my oh my, week 6 has gone by super fast. I mean, the amount of football that I've seen in that span of time is amazing, and as to how much I can remember is even more insane because I can't remember most of what I've seen in that amount of time. But either way, you may have noticed that my background is very different than what you're probably used to if you actually watch my videos. That is because I'm back in my hometown, ready to hop on a plane on Thursday. And no, I am not flying to Glendale, Arizona. I mean, it's not really that far if I jump on a plane, but unfortunately, I'm not going to go see this game. But had I known sooner, then it might have been an option. But either way, so I just want to say that if you hear planes or trains, that is because I am near a railroad and the airport is not too far from where I'm at right now. So you may hear planes, you may hear trains. Yes, that's what happens when you live on the railroad in the edge of town. Either way, let's jump into this video because we have so much to discuss and so little time. Either way, let's get into it. Yes, Bengals and Saints, obviously. So, and I will say that I am looking at my notes, and they are in a different position, and I am as blind as a bat, so if you see me kind of squinting, that is because I'm trying to see my notes. I mean, I can't see worth jack, but, and I don't wear contacts, so, yeah, if you see me squinting, that is because my notes are right here, and I can't see them from right here. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. So in the first quarter, Bengals get the ball to start the first. Demario Davis sacks Burrow on 3rd and 1. A miscommunication between Dalton and Snead forces the Saints to punt. Bengals cough it up on the return, and it's recovered by Adam Troutman. Dalton throws a touchdown pass to Traquan, getting the Saints on the board early, making it a 7-0 game with 10:33. Demario gets a roughing the passer penalty, giving the Bengals a new set of downs. Burrow throws to Mixon for the score with 45 seconds left, making it a 7-7 game. In the second quarter, Ingram finds a hole up the middle to keep the drive going. Next play, Shaheed goes for a 44-yard touchdown. Taysom Hill goes for a big run for 30 yards to put the Saints in the red zone. Lutz attempts a 35-yard field goal and makes it a 7-17 game with 10:28 left until the half. Chase drops a touchdown on second down, but the Bengals managed to pick up the first to keep the drive alive. Burrow gets a rushing touchdown for 19 yards, making it a 14-7 game. On 3rd and 12, Dalton hits Smith for the first down. Lutz kicks a 30-yard field goal with 1 second left. Saints lead the Bengals 22-14 going into the half. Third quarter. Saints get the ball to start the second half. Dalton gets a heck of a run, but it's brought back because of a holding penalty. On 3rd and 25, former Saints player Hendrickson gets a roughing the passer call, giving the Saints a new set of downs. Saints go downfield, and Lutz attempts a 37-yard field goal, making it a 14-23 game. With 7:12 left on the clock, a missed tackle gives Chase the first down. Burrow goes to Chase for the touchdown for 15 yards to make it a 21-23 game. In the fourth quarter, Saints keep moving the chains to get into the red zone. Lutz attempts a 31-yard field goal and making it a 26-21 game with 11:07 left to go. Saints fail to sack Burrow as he finds Boyd for the first down. Saints get 2 consecutive sacks on Burrow, making it 3rd and 27. McPherson kicks a 52-yarder to make it a 24-26 game with 3:41 left. Saints get the ball back and do nothing with it, of course. A bad punt by Gilligan puts the Bengals in decent field possession at their own 40-something. I wasn't exactly sure where, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good place for them. Chase gets a 60-yard touchdown at the 2-minute warning. Bengals try to go for 2 and fail, making it a 32-26 game. Dalton is sacked on 3rd down, giving the Saints a 4th and 17, and turn it over on downs. Bengals beat the Saints 32-26. Okay, that was a mouthful. So, honestly, where do I even begin with this game? This might just be the most disappointing loss of the entire season. That Vikings loss was really, really heartbreaking, but this loss right here makes my blood boil. I mean, this is a very infuriating loss right here, and it's infuriating for many, many reasons, which we'll go into, but the fact is we had them. We had them. We had the lead. We had more plays. We had, I think it was more rushing yards. Yeah, more rushing yards, more plays, more yards, time of possession, which I know I mentioned that doesn't mean much to me because, case in point right here, we own time of possession and still lost. So, but if that matters to you, we own that, and yet something went wrong. Where did it go wrong? Well, I have my theories, and my theories would be the fact that we settled for field goals when they should have been touchdowns. That's probably what screwed us over pretty badly. You know what? And another thing, getting back to what I was just saying, we had them until the 2-minute warning, so we had the lead all the way up until that point. That's what makes this loss very, very frustrating. And listen, we had the lead with the clock winding down. The last thing you ever want to do is punt it back. What you want to do is do small plays, checkdowns, runs here and there. Keep that drive alive, eat the clock, make them take their timeouts. And if you're close enough, kick a field goal, go for the touchdown, or you can do whatever you want when you have the lead and the ball with the clock winding down. You never want to punt it back, and yet we punted it back. So, and it was a bad punt. It was a terrible, terrible punt. But in Gilligan's defense, listen, we should have never punted it back. So in his defense, as bad as it was a pretty bad punt right there. And I know he felt pretty bad about that, seeing the touchdown. But listen, should never do that. Never punt it back. But then, then we get the ball back, right? Because, they didn't, they gave us time left. And yet we did nothing with it. We had some really bad sequences of missed catches, missed opportunities. And it's crazy because you would expect Andy Dalton to, I know that this is going to sound crazy, but Andy Dalton should have been so much better in that final drive because, listen, this is his former team. Why would you not want to stick it to your former team and have a great drive and a walk-off touchdown? That's what you want, right? And yet it was conservative. It wasn't, the execution was bad. It just wasn't a good final drive. The play calling was terrible. It just didn't work, obviously. And then Andy Dalton gets stacked, and then it's 4th and 17. Sorry, my stream is very choppy, so, I didn't really get to see the ending very well, but from what I understand, he got sacked, so then it was 4th and 17, and then, incomplete pass, so right there, the goal line, so, you know what, it was just bad. It was just a bad sequence. Just everything about those final 3 minutes was just terrible. I don't even know what to say that's positive. I mean, Andy Dalton, at least he didn't have a pick. Is that the only thing I feel I can say? 142 yards, 1 touchdown. Kind of average if you ask me. He hasn't had astounding numbers anyway. So, we didn't get Taysom involved. I didn't expect Taysom to go off like he did last week. Kamara did, though. We were able to run on the Bengals, is what I should say. Kamara had almost 100 rushing yards. He was just 1 shy, so 99 right there. And then we elevated this guy from, the practice squad, Shaheed. He had this one incredible touchdown, and yet never to be seen again. So what was that all about, you know? Sorry about that. Either way, we allowed Chase to get 132 yards. Of course, he ended the game with that 60-yard touchdown. Nobody did anything to try to contain Jamar Chase. They said he was going to go off. And so defense has been doing exactly what they've been doing all season, letting everybody go off on them. Funny thing is that May and Matthew played in this game, but I wouldn't have known it until I looked at, the box score, because where were they? They were non-factors. So, and I know I said that if we got May back, it would be so much better, but there's no Lattimore. So probably need those two to be out there together in order for them to have any success, because apparently May can't do it by himself. So, defense has looked awful. I know I've said that they're very hit and miss, but yeah, I'm going to take that back and say that they look terrible. They look very, very bad. They look super bad. You know what? I mean, every single game they're getting burned by some sort of play. It's like we could have seen that happen, that Chase touchdown, because of how badly we played in the secondary and how badly we played on defense. I mean, we were good at, stopping the run. Mixon didn't go off. I mean, he had more, I think, receiving yards. So, but it doesn't really even seem to matter anymore. They themselves played pretty great. They held us to field goals, got us off the field when they needed to. But the reason we lost is because of inconsistencies in coaching, in offense, defense, special teams, you can name it. And the thing with DA is, I know I've mentioned he's no Sean Payton, and, I feel like ever since he took over as head coach, I mentioned this last week, that, the defense just hasn't been that good. But the coaching hasn't been that good anyway. So, I don't exactly know what more I can say in regards to DA. I'm not sold on DA. I know he's not the future, but some of these play calls, they have not been good. I don't think he's the worst coach out there, but listen, he's kind of on thin ice, I think, at this point. And you know what makes this loss even more frustrating is the fact that they have been disrespecting us for a long time, especially, more specifically, Eli Apple, right? We let Eli Apple come into the dome, back into the dome, and, with the disrespect, come in and beat us. His team beat us. I've never truly liked the Bengals that much since they got Burrow. I'm not salty because we lost. This is just how I felt. I used to like the Bengals back when they had Andy Dalton, and look at the irony, right? Andy Dalton now plays for us. But I think ever since they got Burrow and Chase, it just I haven't really been a huge fan of that team. Which I'm sure people are gonna figure out. I don't root for LSU, so which also means I'm not from New Orleans. But I never said I was from New Orleans. But either way, listen, I have nothing against Saints fans who love, Burrow and Chase. I mean, I get it, but for me, they're not for me. So, I hope I don't get hated that much for not liking Burrow or Chase. But either way, credit where credit is due. Bengals found a way to win at the end, so credit to them. Let's move on to another game coming up, because we have a short week. So, let's talk about the Saints at the Cards. The Cards are not very good, from what I understand. I ironically follow a lot of Cardinals fans, but that's not because I want to follow Cardinals fans. There's another reason why I tend to follow Cardinals fans, is because of another team. I'm sure you can get the gist of what I'm trying to say, but I do ironically follow a lot of Cardinals fans, and from what I hear from them, it's all about the coaching, because on paper the Cardinals look pretty good. They look like a very decent team, but yet they are 2-4. Here's another plane. I don't know if you can hear that plane, but yeah, getting back to it, they are 2-point favorites, and that's probably because it's a home game. I'm gonna let him pass real fast. I know he's above me, so. As I was saying, they are 2-point favorites, and which I guess makes sense because it's a home game for them. But I figure, listen, if we get a run game going, and we get a lead, then we can probably run with that. So, although they are pretty good at stopping the run, from what I've heard or from what I've seen in the stats. Either way, I think we have, great backs to get it done. Taysom, Kamara, Ingram, depending on who plays, because I have not checked the injury report as of late. So, I don't know who's going to play. I assume that these three are going to play. But, yeah, I think we can run against them. Maybe, if we get Olave back, we can get things going. Same thing with Landry. I'm holding my breath on Michael Thomas, but it could be, completely different, where MT could come back, but not Landry, so I don't exactly know who's going to play, because we're so banged up. We brought in Shaheed, he had that touchdown, let's play him, see what he's all about. Last I checked, from what I heard, Andy Dalton has back injuries, or a back issue, so, Jameis is playing, or is practicing, so I don't know if that means that Jameis is going to play, or he's going to start, or I don't know who's going to start for this game. But, it's evident neither are the future, but, it comes down to who's going to help us win this game. So I'm not even going to speculate on who's going to start. I would assume Andy, but it could be Jameis. And so the thing with Andy and Jameis is that Andy is more of a cleaner type of player. He's more, what's the word? Conservative, I should say. And Jameis, he throws darts, he throws bombs, he can throw really long touchdown passes, like from 50 yards. Andy, he makes smarter plays, smarter decisions, but not to compare the two, but from what I've noticed. But, if all else fails, we also have Taysom, so, either way, getting back to how we can win this game, we have to stop them up front. We have to stop Kyler Murray. We have to stop the run, although from what I noticed, they don't have much of a run game anyway, so we just, play off that, then I think we should be fine. We're good at stopping the run anyway. I think they get Hopkins back. They just got Robbie Anderson. We just played Robbie Anderson, so, I think Hollywood is out from what I saw, but I'm not entirely sure. That said out, but we'll see. If we can just not let any of those guys go off, or Ertz, then I think we should be okay. And I'm going to be honest, I don't mean to sound too arrogant or overly confident, but I think that the Saints are going to win this game. I mean, there's no reason not to win this game. Granted, yes, we are banged up, but I think we're going to win this game. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, I don't have confidence in the Cardinals. This is a must-win game, but I think we're going to win it. I'm not really worried. I will be worried if we lose this game. But honestly, at this point, I can say that I'm not really worried about it. That's why I probably didn't do a lot of observing, because I think that this is a game that we're going to come in and we're going to win. I know it's a bold statement for me to say, but I just don't think that the Cardinals are really good. And while we're not any better, I think we're slightly better. And so, listen, I know that we're 2-4. And look, if you look at the rest of the division, you got two teams that are 3-3. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Tampa Bay is not very good. I don't think that Tampa Bay is good at all. I think Atlanta is the better of the two, and I know I shouldn't be saying that. It's an unpopular opinion, but it's just me being observant. I think that Atlanta's better of the two. So, listen, we can still, you know, we still have an opportunity to get ahead of this, before it gets completely, out of control. But I think if we lose this game, I think that it's pretty much over. I think because if you lose 5 games, you have to completely win 11 straight to even try to make a wild card spot at 11-5. So this is a must-win game, and I think that the Saints can win this game. Oh well, I just said that, but I'm so sorry. A lot of things are distracting me right now. Bear with me. But yes, if we don't win this game, we can kiss our season goodbye. But if we do win this game, then I think, we're still in the running, I should say. But either way, I don't want to drag this on too much further, so I think that is all I have to say for right now. Once again, my name is HudatQueen94. I'm also on Twitter. I don't live tweet as much as I would like to, but I could still use a follow or two. If not, that's okay. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, that's okay. I completely understand. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd much appreciate that. If not, that's cool. But so yeah, go Saints. Who dat, baby? Okay.